Hello guys, you alright? Red Pill Phil. My last day here in the sunny Algarve. On my way back home, getting a flight later today. It's been absolutely fantastic. People are warm and lovely. I really do recommend, if you've never been to the Algarve, just come. Have a look at it for yourself before this place falls under radical Islam. It's not there yet. I don't see any sign of it. There's no, I mean, the police is pretty much scarce. You don't see too many police dotting about. There's no sense of fear. There's no one making you feel that you should be saying this, you shouldn't be saying that. Everyone's just going about their lives. Whether you be Portuguese or whatever nationality, it's absolutely fantastic. I was speaking to one of the workers here, Rue. Lovely young lad. Very intelligent, very smart. Speak our language, the English language, very well. So we had a good chat. He's telling me the immigrants that were coming in, they were given jobs, given money. But for some reason, they didn't see Portugal as a romantic place to stay. They wanted to kind of move on. So next thing you know, they're all kind of moving out. I'm sure there's still some dotting about, but it doesn't seem to be the end location for them. I could probably see why when they sat on a boat. England looks more romantic. France, Germany, you know, maybe more westernised. This is where I want to be. Who knows what the ideal is? But it's happened again, hasn't it? You know, another attack. Barcelona this time. And we're all supposed to still just get on with it. Hashtag not all Muslims. Is that what's going to be said, yeah? Well, you can't really have that type of attitude now, because this is slightly changed again. I mean, Barcelona, Spain, it's a place that didn't have a foreign policy to, you know, to fight in Syria and Iraq. It's not been involved. So all them people who were about to start texting and hashtagging not all Muslims, and this is what happens when you bomb Syria, retaliation. It's not retaliation. This is literally spreading fear. Picking out the major hotspots in Europe and spreading fear throughout them areas. We all can see it. The media won't tell you that. The media just wants you to get on with it. The usual stuff, the usual people are going to be rolled out. Oh, yeah, well, we shouldn't jump to conclusions. We shouldn't jump to conclusions. Quite right. But what we shouldn't do either is brand everyone a racist who's getting more and more concerned. Because the logic is, now the common sense is, I should be shitting myself now, because this is another attack. Even if it was just one person, I'd be like, oh, in all the different places in Europe, it's bad enough. But I was doing a little check, and to my reckoning, we've got just over 700 people that's died since 2011 through various terrorist attacks dotted around Europe. 2001, 9/11, war on terror. Are we not getting it yet? How many people have we still got to try and convince that we're being hoodwinked? Totally. So we need to wake up to it. The usual stuff, the usual people are going to be rolled out now telling us not to worry about it. Come on, not all Muslims. It's not a bad ideology. Be lucky if you see one imam who steps up, starts going, right, that's it now. We need to review all the mosques that are outside of Muslim areas, Muslim countries. Review what information's going in. What's coming back out again? How radicalised? I don't mind, because I'm of a faith of peace and love as the Imam. So I want to reform, because I can see it's radicalised. That's what I want to be hearing from these Imams. But no, they'll be hiding under Europeans that are acquiescing to this, politicians that are defending him. And they're duck under there. They don't even have to argue, because they don't have to, because our own people are arguing for him. What's going on? Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we've got February 2001 Yugoslavia, March 2004 Spain, July 2005 London, April 2011 Belarus, July 2011 Norway, January 2015 France, May 2015 Macedonia, November 2015 France, March 2016 Belgium, July 2016 France, December 2016 Berlin, May Manchester, July London Bridge, August Barcelona. We're going to need a toilet roll soon. And we're told, just get on with it. Don't worry about it. We've got to expect it now. For policies that our governments, all colluding, decide that they want to go and bomb some people. Maybe to set up an infrastructure. Maybe to put in their own little puppets over there. Control that little pocket. Control that little pocket. I didn't sanction that. I just want to wake up, go to work, earn my living for a fair day's, you know, work, fair day's pay, come home, have some good family time, and know that our family's not being corrupted into acquiescing to all this. It's absolutely ridiculous. But the same thing is going to happen again. I can't even say I'm looking forward to going home. Normally the 10-day period on any holiday I'm bored, and I kind of want to get back, start missing my food, this, that and the other. Not that I don't want to go home, because I am looking forward to getting back to life, because you can only live on holiday mentality for so long. But there's part of me, because I've come here, because I don't see it here. The only time it's actually, I'm seeing it and hearing it, is through outside sources, i.e. the media. Not through living in this or being in this country, because they're not showing it. I've barely seen any police. I've seen probably 3 police in 2 weeks. And they're just stood there. They're not even asked. Just more directing traffic. Different. This is probably, for me, one of the last bastions that are not feeling radical. They're not acquiesced into it. You're not looking at adverts everywhere and seeing Muslims. Not that that's a bad thing, but you can see that there's a game that's being played by them doing that. They're trying to make you, give you the sympathising vote, make you feel, oh, we feel sorry for them, oh, we accept them more and more and more, whilst they're bombing, whilst they're getting radicalised, whilst they're running in and out of all the countries in Europe and the Middle East, coming back, whilst our security services know all about it. Oh, but let's just leave them, let's see what happens. We've not done it. They've done it, but if we allow them to do it, then not only can we take liberties from people, that then we can kind of keep it going, spread fear, keep it all going. So it's a win-win for us. Meanwhile, when people have got concerns about it, oh, don't talk about it, come on. Why talk about it? You're being racist. Why don't you want to upset these people? It's not all Muslims. Wasn't all the Irish either back in the 70s and 80s. But we had to ask that question. So it's not. Now, if anyone's looking at me going, oh, look, black guy sticking up, traitor, so yeah, I'm a traitor, am I? When I was watching the live feed, I'm watching black people, Chinese people, running shit scared like all the rest of them. So this ain't a race. This is civilization being taken out. People who just want to live the life being taken out. And then the people that are left have got to be left psychologically affected. And don't you dare fucking call Muslims, because look what happens. And we've got to deal with this. Don't know about you guys, but they're taking the piss. And you know they are. The government's taking the piss. The radical Islam's taking the piss. And to a degree, moderate Muslims are now taking the piss because they're not saying nothing. Anyone who comes to me with a peace and love attitude, I love them back, no matter what. It could be a Muslim, got no beef whatsoever. But just like a white person or just like a black person, if you've got radical intentions against me, my family and my way of living, I don't like you. Don't have to be brown. You don't have to have a rag on your head. It's not all about that. You tried to do that, Charlottesville. Oh, look. You hate them all. No, it's not about that. It's normal people that have got concerns. And it's valid. Is it not valid? From the UK against hate march. How many events has there been? Even if from that point, which would have been bad enough, but even from that point we've gone, right, let's sort this now. Drag everyone in. Okay, we need to put more resources there, and we need to put more resources there, but we need to do it. Drag everyone in. All the imams. Let's look at all the speakers that have been in the mosques. Let's look at the people who are twittering, doing this, doing that. Let's use our surveillance for the fucking reason it's been put there. Not to look on what texts I text to my wife. What interest have you got of what's for tea? But you're more interested in what me and the normal public have got to say, rather than watching these. And you expect people to not have a degree of intelligence to work this out, that we're being fucked over by our system, that you still want me to buy into. Well, it's getting silly. And I know from this video there's going to be more. We know there's going to be more. But yeah, I feel I'm speaking common sense. Half of me, it's a lovely golf course there, half of me just wants to get on that pissing hole over there and just scream. Put my hands up like that, scream. It's absolutely ridiculous. So guys, I'm not even gonna, I don't want to say it, I hope you like. No. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you think I'm talking shit, then that is up to you. I know I'm not. I'm getting more and more worried. I'm going to go back home now. It's probably all that's going to be on the news. It's just as well I don't watch TV. I only watch independent. But by very nature, it's going to be on my head. I should be going home now, having the last few moments with my family. I'm buzzing. But no, I've got this, the weight of this. I'm trying to be a father, trying to look after my family. Be the man. Not more worried about what my football team's doing, or what fucking album, or what game for the 360 to buy. Really? Can you not see what's going on? I'm no big man, I seriously ain't. But every man should have that primeval instinct that when your camp is being bombed, you should stand up and going, what the fuck is going on? Instead of buying into this synthetic shite that they call reality. Your reality is, your kids are in severe danger in Europe through this vicious ideology that's spreading. Buy that on your fucking Xbox One. With your internet TVs, with your nice little cars. All that's going to mean jack shit soon, I'm telling you. So if you want to live in your little materialistic, capitalistic world and not worry about your direct threat, just because it's not come through your door with a bomb strapped to it, it doesn't mean it's not directing you. It's still hitting you from every angle anyway. And we all know it. Your kids have got to now live under this. I didn't think I'd see a time with my kids. I'd have to grow up through terrorism like I did with the IRA and all other organisations that were kind of trying to hit us back in the day. Thought I was all done and dusted. Now it's even worse. Our poor children have got to live through this, and they're getting brainwashed to shut up. Don't worry about it. Just buy the next album. Oh look, Simon Cowell, worry about him. Follow him. Don't worry about an ideology that probably your kids might have to live under. It's accelerating that quick. So we need to wake up, guys, don't we? People say to me, oh, well, what can you do? Only one person. If we all woke up, smelt the coffee, and we all had a vigil outside fucking Downing Street to the effect that was in Manchester with the peace and love and hashtag this is a load of shit, then they would have to listen. Then the media would have to go and report it. How can you not? When you've got millions of people amassing in London that are all pissed off. Not shouting racist terms, no, not at all. Being pure friendly, pure peaceful, but at the same time showing that we've had enough. Not falling for this anymore. Stop it, governments. This is you, not me. Do not blame me. Do not class me as a racist. But we know that's not going to happen. We'll have marches, but the sheer numbers are down. Because people are starting to buy into the Kool-Aid. Just deal with it as an everyday occurrence. Who'd have thought in the Western world that would be experiencing what the Gaza Strip experiences? I didn't think that. Every other day there's a frigging that. And I'm like, all these deaths and stuff. I mean, what about London? Knife attacks, acid attacks. People walking past mosques who are not Muslim, being told to get the fuck out of here, and they're just passing through going home from work. But yet you've still got people in this country that are going, you can't blame all Muslims. I swear to God, you are making more people radicalised. And I don't mean the brownest shade, as in the Muslims. You're making more, you're creating more nationalism, which is then stirred in the pot. So it is a vicious circle that's happening here. But we need the numbers of common sense people to stand up and have our own vigil, the common sense vigil. Straight to the heart of government. No truck's going to fucking run them down on London Bridge. Thousands of people there, peaceful, but had enough. No one's going to do that. Truth and honour's going. We've got a lying media, and they're doing it to us. Here's Orwellian, 1984, you can totally see it. Doublespeak, all the rest of it. The truth is a lie, the lie is a truth. It's just twisted. And we're watching it happen, and we're allowing it to happen. So guys, hopefully get to do another upload very shortly. Just a case of getting my family now through an airport. Who knows? Luckily I've got a clean pair of underpants on, because I've got a feeling I'm going to be down to them. And what have I got to do with that? Fuck all. But you guarantee I'm going to have to empty out every bit of my bag. Look at me like a piece of shit. I've got to go through scanners now. All that bollocks. Ain't me. It's a vicious ideology. But no, it's our fault, innit? So you're going to get more of that. It's our fault, it's our fault, it's Trump's fault. Twisted. Absolutely twisted. Cheers guys. Thanks for listening.